Good evening, everyone. Welcome to INTOUCH, a masterclass on school products powered by Brainwonders in partnership with UniApply. This fourth edition of Masterclass series will take you on a short journey of introducing you to 30 innovative school products selected from across India. In this masterclass, innovative products, informative content, and progressive ideas are being shared with you. We remain hopeful that this and forthcoming sessions will inspire you to take your school community to a new direction of development. My name is Namrita, and I will be your moderator for today. I represent India's largest counseling organization, Brainwonders. With 108 global centers, Brainwonders has been revolutionizing the face of academic guidance, career development, and personal growth via its US patented DMIT and online psychometric test. Founded by Mr. Manish Naidu, over the past decade, Brainwonders has been nationally awarded on 7 different platforms, including recognition for being the most trusted and digitally innovative career counseling company. Excellence and passion is what Brainwonders strives for, and with that, let's begin today's session. Before I welcome today's speaker, I request all our audience to immerse themselves in the session and hold their questions, which will be addressed right after the session. I present to you today's speaker, Vikram Shah, who is the Chief Business Officer of UniApply. As a Chief Business Officer at NoPaperForms, Vikram's primary responsibility is to lead the UniApply business in the school segment and ensure that they serve the school administrators and parents across India. School admission, especially in India, is a massive untapped opportunity, and NPF is poised to lead a revolution here. UniApply is a common application platform for school, which simplifies the school search, application, as well as the enrollment process. Prior to joining NoPaperForms, Vikram was the Executive Director of South and Central Asia at the College Board. The College Board was a not-for-profit organization membership founded in New York in 1900 and has been engaged in India for the last 50 years. Among other programs, the College Board is the owner of global entrance examinations such as SAT subject test, and advanced placement tests. Vikram was responsible to lead College Board's New India office and on the groundwork related to India Global Alliance, outreach, market development, and relationship management across South and Central Asia to drive strategic expansion of College Board programs in the region. Vikram spent nearly a decade at the Graduate Management Admission Council, which is GMAC, as he was the director of the product management. He played a pivotal role in establishing and growing GMAC's work in India. He brings deep expertise on international education with a strong focus in India, but also a diverse set of experiences that range from relationship development to settling strategy to developing new products. Vikram was the youngest director on the board of GMAC subsidiary in India. Vikram's career spans over 18 years, which is spread across many reputed organizations that includes GMAC, Citigroup, Fullerton Securities, and Wealth Advisors Limited. And he has managed various responsibilities across a spectrum of functions like market development, sales and product development, customer experience management, credit and risk management, quality and operational excellence, and many more. Vikram has completed undergraduation in accounting from the St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, and masters in business administration and finance marketing from ICFAI Business School. Today's session topic is UniApply, the common application platform for school admissions. Over to you, Mr. Shah.
Thank you so much, Namrata, for organizing such a wonderful session, inviting us on the Future School Leaders session as well. I'm going to very briefly present to you about UniApply and what all we have done with respect to solving a problem which is faced by parents and schools through a UniApply platform. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it is visible. You can make it full screen if you want to.
Sure. So I will start about UniApply in a bit, but before that, I would like you to give some insights with respect to school education in India. So, what is a school education from nursery to class 12 across India, and how many schools are there? How many students study in those schools? Whether those schools are private, public, supported by government, not supported. So that will help you understand more about the education in terms of numbers before coming into things related to UniApply. So from nursery to class 12, if you look at it, close to around 25.1 crore students currently study in Indian schools across India. So if you have to just look at this more from a point of view of our population, roughly 20% of our population is in school going age. They are in one school or the other across India. And if you have to divide it between the privately owned schools and government schools, it's more or less 50-50. So around 52% of those 25 crores are in government owned schools, and around 48% of 25 crores is studying in private schools. That is a number of 12 crore students across K to 12 segment across India. If you have to look at it more from a point of view of supply, that was demand, that 25 crore students are studying in education sector in India in K-12. But India has the second largest schooling system in the world. We have close to around 4.5 lakh private schools and close to around 11 lakh government schools across India. And if you, as I was sharing with you, that the percentage in terms of student, if you see, those 11 lakh schools owned by governments, managed by government, support close to around 52% of the candidates, whereas merely half of that private schools actually cater to close to around 48% of the students. And if you look at it more from a point of view of contribution of the education sector in building our economy, around 1.75 lakh crores is contributed by education sector to our economy. That's one of the biggest across the globe. So if we have to deep dive and see more about the private schools in India in terms of their growth, in terms of demographics, what kind of students study there, I'll walk you through that in a bit. If you look at, as I said, that we are the third largest system in the world, at least only the private school system. I'm not talking about in total. 47.5% of the students actually study in private schools. And if you see, in the last 25 years, from 93 to 2017, there is a huge drop in student enrollment from a government supported school to going up to private school. So from 70%, which was supported in 1993, or 71%, students used to go to government school, that has come down to 52%, whereas only 10% of the students were going to private school in 1993. Now that number has gone up to 35%. And if you have to look at the gender ratios broadly, in government schools, you will see more girls. 55% of the students who study in government schools are girls, compared to a private school where you will see that there are two types of private school, the private aided and unaided. But broadly, if you see, close to around 35%, 32% of the students are girls schools. So a number of boys are higher in private schools. Now, if you look at it more from a point of view that this entire sector, the education sector across India, is actually crying for automation. So there are a lot of problems which are being faced by both parents and school administrators across the board in India. And if you look at it more from a point of view of predictions, India will see close to around 22 million plus children will seek admissions into schools each year. So that's a humongous number. And you will see that this trend will continue to grow for the next 30 years. And out of those 22 million, close to around 60% of the students would like to apply in urban schools. And if you look at from an application point of view, the number of applications are expected to go up vis-a-vis number of seats to the ratio of 1:41 and even 1:57, which means that 57 students are going to compete for a seat in a private school largely in the years to come. And if you look at it more from a point of view of the problems, the current school admission processes are actually not equipped to manage large volume school admission and application inflow. COVID has taught a bit of how to move online from a schooling point of view, but the processes related to getting candidates on board in terms of their application and admissions are still in majority of the schools in India are offline. Parents are actually not ready, remotely prepared for this kind of an impact. And if you see, as I said, that most of the admissions which happen in school are offline, which means that a parent has to walk in, they'll have to understand more about the policies of the school, see whether there is an opening for a particular class in that school, and then go through the process related to applying in terms of filling up the form, submitting documents, and then follow through. So this entire process related to school admission is an offline process in major parts of India. There will be, if you keep aside top 5 to 7 cities in India, you will see in pockets many schools are doing online admissions. But largely, if you go into the hinterlands, into the tier 2, tier 3 cities, aside of the top schools, which are very few in number, majority of the other schools are doing admissions in an offline way. And hence, this entire sector needs a revamp with respect to usage of technology and automation to ensure that every kid can get a school of his or her choice in the days to come. If you look at the gaps in the current education system, at least from an application and admissions point of view, largely, as I said, that largely the admissions are offline. There is a low synchronomy in admission process and no concrete timeline for admission. So majority of the schools open up admissions for throughout the year, and there is nothing mentioned largely. If I have to share numbers, 40% of the schools in India don't have a website. Imagine if a parent is looking to apply to a particular school, if there is no website, how will they gather information about the school? Forget about the application and admission timeline. So there is nothing mentioned on any kind of websites about schools timeline. Schools don't have their websites, and hence parents will have to walk into the school to get admissions for their child. And this entire process is cumbersome for a parent, because parent is coming more from a point of view as parent will have to take a leave, go to school, understand their process, fill up the offline form, and submit the document and pay some application fee offline. Again, if you look at this process entails a lot of gaps from a parent's point of view, in terms of parent will have to spend time, they'll have to fill up the same details of the child, parent, correspondence, address, and all that again and again if they are applying to multiple schools. Many schools have made attempts to increase their visibility using digital tools, but obviously those schools are very limited in number. Those who have a purchasing power in terms of spending money, those schools who are in top cities in India, some of those schools are doing digital spends and have the website which is created, which supports parent to understand more about the admission process. But largely, if I have to talk about, more than 50% or 60% of the schools don't do any kind of digital engagement, which is a big gap currently in the system. Now, what is my company all about if I have to talk about NoPaperForms? So NoPaperForms is actually India's largest and most advanced SaaS-based enrollment automation platform. And it is working with more than 400 higher education institutions across the board. So we work with universities across the board in India, and we support them with respect to their needs from an education CRM point of view to the application automation, to post application. We have a chatbot, which is Nia. We also provide mobile app to this institution. So in the last 4 years of our existence, we have ensured that anything to do with applications, enrollment, and admissions at a higher education level is being managed and solved by NoPaperForms for their clients. We have, and I'm very proud to share that we have clients like XLRI, SRM, Amrita, Narsi Monji, SP Jain, Plaksha, which is a new university, upcoming university, FMS Delhi. So these are some of the list of our clients, but as I shared with you that there are 400 plus institutions we are serving in the country with respect to their application enrollment and admission needs. Now, for the last 4 years, we have been solving a lot of problems in the higher ed space, and we felt that with this learning and a team of more than 300 resources on ground, how can we institutionalize this learning and look at a K-12 education segment and support the schools and parents who are struggling in that segment with respect to automation and technology. And hence, we launched a platform called UniApply. UniApply means universal application, a common application which a parent will have to fill up, and they can apply to multiple schools through that application online itself with a click of a button. So if I have to share with you the current process, if anyone is looking for an admission for their child, they will shortlist at least 4 to 5 schools in the vicinity where they stay. And those 4 or 5 schools will have different processes with respect to their application. Some will be taking application online, some will be taking application offline. So a parent has to actually keep an Excel sheet. And in fact, we got this learning because we did a survey of more than 5,000 parents across India before launching UniApply in terms of what are their pain points. And some of the pain points which a parent shared while applying to a K-12 school is they'll have to manage multiple Excel files where they will shortlist schools, they will look at when the admissions will open up, when the admission will close, what are the processes, what all documents they'll have to submit for a particular class, what kind of fees they'll end up paying to school for the not only for application but for the entire year, as well as a lot of discussions with respect to the school is offline, where mothers actually try and gather information from their neighbors, from their friends, from their relatives, from their colleagues to understand more about which school is good, where the extracurricular activities are good for the child, where the fees are high, where the teacher-student ratio is low, where the student-teacher ratio is high. So all this information related to school is gathered by a parent in an offline mode. There is no platform in India which serves the need of a parent in this way. There are a lot many Facebook groups, there are a lot many Quora groups which have been created by parents to understand more about school and the insight of the school. So what UniApply does, so our vision is to transform the K-12 education system with respect to the application. We feel that after working very closely with universities in the last 4 years and solving their problems, we will be able to automate admissions for parents and schools. And we want to deeply focus on contactless admissions and enrollment of students. So the admission in a school should happen with a click of a button, and parent need not stand in the queue, did not have to try and search for information on various school websites or even in an offline mode going to school and fetching information and applying. So we are trying to resolve this through UniApply, which is a common application platform. Parent can come on uniapply.com, which is our portal. Parent can, if parent knows that what all schools are in my vicinity, they can actually go ahead and click on the school's name and see that what all is there in the school. If they don't know, then there are a lot of things which parent can do in terms of exploring on the website. They can click on apply now button, which is enabled to ensure that their application can immediately get submitted to that particular school. They can pay application fee online We have integrated payment gateway services here with respect to ensuring that all kinds of payments are accepted by us, whether it's through UPI, whether it's through wallets like Paytm and all, you can pay through that. Many schools currently across India, or very elite schools, they also don't accept payments in very different modes. They only restrict payments in credit card, debit card, or net banking. But we have ensured that since there is contactless payment due to COVID, we are also trying to look at if there is a way we can inbuild that contactless payment into our offering of contactless admissions. Parent will fill up the form, and once the form is filled up, from the backend, we have given access to a UniApply panel to a school. School can, on a real-time basis, actually look at a parent and child's data on their dashboard. And through that dashboard, schools can actually follow through the process related to the admission once the application is received. So how UniApply works for the parents, if you see. So parent can land on UniApply, can actually explore. So we are currently live in 10 cities across India. We are live in Delhi NCR and in Pune, Thane, and in Mumbai. So we have listed close to around 3,000 schools across these 10 cities. So parents who are looking to do admissions for their child in these 10 cities can come on UniApply, can explore schools around them from the comfort of their home on a click of a button. They can actually decide which are their favorite schools basis all the parameters. So we have given 10 different parameters where we have ensured that all the schools on our platform are listed on those 10 parameters. And those 10 parameters actually help a parent to decide whether they want to shortlist a school or not. Then they can apply to those schools which they have shortlisted with a single application form on a click of a button. And finally, wherever their selection happens for their child, their enrollment is done. If you look at from a point of view of, as I was sharing with you, that most of the parents actually create an Excel file when they think about admitting their children into schools. From our perspective, what we have done is we have created a dashboard for a parent. So whatever schools I have shortlisted, I can see it with respect to my application status on the dashboard itself. I don't have to maintain any Excel file like what I used to do in other mode. Through UniApply, as a parent, if I'm on UniApply and applying to schools through UniApply, everything is managed on the dashboard itself. So wherever I'm applying, it captures everything. And once the school makes a decision about my application, the feedback comes on the dashboard itself with respect to whether I'm selected, rejected, shortlisted for interview, shortlisted for test, I've been invited to school for an interaction. All those stages with respect to the application can be seen by a parent on the dashboard itself. So as a parent, it's a convenient thing for me to ensure that I can see everything online. So if you look at it from a parent point of view, what we are trying to provide is we are trying to provide the convenience. We are trying to provide the confidence that application can be done online, as well as connection that we have so many schools where they can apply. So confidence, convenience, and connection is a major boost for a parent who is looking to admit their children into schools through UniApply. How UniApply works for schools, if you look at it more from a school's point of view, that we help schools to gauge parent sentiments. So like I was sharing with you that a lot of data gathering for a school happens offline, and a parent does that to understand more about teacher faculty ratio, understand more about the fees, extracurricular activities, what is good, what is bad in school, to understand more before they think about putting their child into the school. So from a UniApply's point of view, what we have done is we have built polls within our UniApply portal where a parent can actually come and participate in the poll, which will help other parents to gauge the sentiments, as well as it will help schools, because schools will know that what parents are doing on their page on UniApply website, which means that excuse me, if as a parent I go on a particular X school's website, and if I see that there are polls, I can participate in the poll. The poll will have a question like, if let's say I can take an example of a question, whether the admission in the school is value for money or not. And if I feel it is, I'll participate as yes. So this is visible to a school and to a parent, whoever is going on the website. So from a school's point of view, it gives you additional sentiments of the parent, what they think about you on different parameters. This was one of the examples. The other thing which school can do is once they get all the application through our portal, at the back end, as I was sharing with you, that there is a dashboard which we are providing to each and every school. They can actually do their all selection through that dashboard itself in terms of whether the application is accepted, rejected, waitlisted, or put for other rounds internally. In some of the states, particularly in Delhi, there is a regulation where for all nursery, KG and kindergarten admissions, the admission can happen basis the score, and the score is actually is dependent on the distance. So where you are staying and where the school is. So within a 5 kilometer radius, the applicant gets certain score. If your sibling, if a student has a sibling, child has a sibling, if that sibling is studying in the same school, there is a particular score which is assigned for that. If the father, mother, or the grandparents are alumni of the school, then a certain percentage of score is assigned for that. If you are the only girl child, then you'll get some score. So all the applications which come to schools in Delhi, particularly for nursery, they will have to go through this process of calculating the score. What is the distance? If you are within the 5 kilometer radius of the school, you will get X percentage, X point score. If you are between 5 to 7 kilometers, you get Y score. If you are greater than 7 kilometers, then you get a Z score. And this entire process in majority of the school is manual. So if I give you an example, X school has received 2000 applications. Those 2000 applications are manually verified by a school administrator in terms of calculating the distance of the address of each and individual child from their home address to the school on Google. And it's a cumbersome task. So what we have done is we have inbuilt the, the distance into our portal in a way that the score related to your distance from your home as a parent to the school where you are applying is auto calculated, which helps an administrator to do away with the manual task which they were doing so far in the last few years in terms of calculating the score and all that. So we have automated this entire process with respect to calculating the score of each and every application on various parameters, post which a school can actually generate a merit list, which can be generated automatically depending on the ascending and descending order of the score, and on the basis of which they can actually instantaneously engage with the parent in the form of sending an SMS and an email once they change the stage of that application. And additionally, if you see, we also provide schools with a competition school benchmarking to help them understand, analyze that what they have to do to ensure that they stay ahead in the game with their competitors in terms of what parents are looking for, how they can engage parents, what differentiator they can bring in into the school, which will help parents to shortlist that school. So that was broadly in terms of what we are doing with the school. We launched the portal 3 months back in Delhi NCR. Now, starting last week, we have launched in Pune, Mumbai, and Thane. In the last 3 months, we have got a tremendous response from parents. We have a monthly active user base of around 6.5 lakhs, out of which around 78,000 parents have registered on our portal, and 96% of them actually have verified their information with respect to their email ID and their phone number, which is a mandatory piece which we need at the time of registration to ensure that we can communicate with the parents. If you look at it more from a point of view, what are we and what are we not? So UniApply is an admission automation platform. We actually show schools on the platform basis, the parents' preference, the distance from their home, as well as through Apply Now button. So Apply Now is once the school is partner with UniApply, we put Apply Now button. If I have to give from a technology point of view, if I have to share with you, if you have to think about what UniApply is, you can think us like a Uber or like Zomato, where Uber is trying to help a customer get a car, whereas if you look at Zomato, Zomato is helping a customer to get food. In the similar way, from a technology point of view, if you have to think about UniApply is helping parent to get a school, helping school to get a child. So that relationship is in the same fashion. We are also allowing schools to access their paid and submitted applications which have come, which parents have submitted, and we are showing the data of schools which are gathered from public sources currently, and also allow schools to get their data updated freely on our website. So schools can actually look at the data points which we have uploaded on our website. If they feel that some of the data points are not updated, then they can actually send us the details and we'll update it. What we are not, because this is a very unique platform. UniApply is a very unique platform working on the admissions and applications. If you look at it, there are players in the market, they work on the marketing basis, on leads basis. Their business is entirely driven on the basis of leads. So they provide leads to the schools, and on the basis of leads, they get some percentage of commissions from the school. Whereas UniApply is not a marketing platform. We are an admission automation platform. We are giving a complete paid application to a school. We are not featuring or promoting or sponsoring any schools. Neither we are ranking any schools on our platform. So what we have done is, as I said, close to around 3,000 odd schools in 10 cities we have listed on various parameters, so that parent can come, explore, compare, and see that what they have to shortlist, they can do that. And we are not trying to promote any schools on our platform. We are also not sharing any kind of inquiries or leads of the parents with any school. So we are not in that business where we share leads and all that. And additionally, we are not charging any fees from schools to get the data updated on our platform. So we are not charging any fees there. So broadly, if you look at it, UniApply is trying to solve a problem of applications to schools by parents, both from parents' end as well as from schools' end, through a unique way of a single common application form. So as a parent, I don't have to go on multiple schools' website and fill up the form and submit the documents and make the payment of application fee, or I don't have to go manually to a particular school, stand in the queue, collect the prospectus, fill up the form and submit documents and pay fee. Everything can be done on a click of a button through the UniApply platform. So that was broadly from a product point of view with respect to what we are, what we have done, and how we are solving a problem for schools in India.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking us through a platform that integrates, application process for both the school as well as for the parent. I think that is the major juncture. For the school also it becomes easier, and for the parents also becomes easier. You're not taking any sides, so that is great. Now, what we'll be doing is we'll be proceeding with the Q&A section, so that our audience can present their questions to you. So, dear audience, you can start presenting your questions. All right, you can start posting them in the chat box. You can also use the activities button, and of course you can raise your hand and then ask the question directly. So we have all the options available for you. Looking forward to an interactive session. All right, so meanwhile we have some feedback for you, which says that Dr. Yogita Sarwal is saying the name is appropriately chosen, UniApply. So yes, that is great. So sir, NoPaperForms, UniApply is a subsidiary of NoPaperForms. Is that correct?
UniApply is a product of NoPaperForms.
All right. Okay. Amazing.
UniApply is the name of the product. NoPaperForms is the name of the company.
All right. So Dr. Yogita Sarwal is asking, sir, has it been available in Punjab?
No. So currently we are available in 10 cities. in Delhi NCR. So we are available in Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, Greater Noida, Faridabad, Gurgaon, Bahadurgarh, as well as in Pune, Mumbai, and Thane. But very shortly, our vision is to actually go to more cities in India, and you will see us everywhere in the next 1 year.
Right. Okay, so I think Dr. Yogita Sarwar is encouraging you to reach Punjab very, very soon. I mean, obviously, we know that the whole belt of Punjab, Haryana, and Chandigarh has quite a lot of educational institutes, and I'm sure you'll get a great client base over there as well, given the success of the service that you offer, the product that you offer in all these cities.
Sure.
All right. All right. Are there more questions? I'm sure there would be. So, sir, meanwhile, I do have a question of my own in case you don't mind. So I was wondering, so naturally because it's everything is online, right? It's an online process. I mean, that is your USP. So I'm sure that there would be a lot of, how do I say, there would be a certain ease that the parents might also feel in the process compared to the application form. Of course, the whole idea is that all the schools are in one place is a separate case, but I think apart from that also, the it being online would add a certain value compared to the same form being on paper, right? So how has your response from the schools been in terms of having an online form compared to the conventional paper form?
That's a great question, Namrata. And very honestly, as I said, that we are just 3 months old in terms of product, not in terms of company. So we have a learning of more than 4 years across 400 universities and higher ed institutions in India. But if you look at it from a UniApply point of view, we are just 3 months old, and we are getting a excellent response from schools across Delhi, NCR, Mumbai, Thane, and Pune. Schools have loved us because the kind of automation what we are providing to schools with respect to reducing the efforts which a school administrator actually were putting in terms of looking at each and every application. And actually, as I was sharing with you on my presentation, that for especially in Delhi, if you are a Delhi school and if you are looking at nursery admission, you have to actually count the points, and it's a tedious process that you have to enter on Google the address of the parent, and then you have to match it up with the distance of the school from that parent's address individually. Imagine for a 2000 application, an administrator doing this thing manually and calculating the address on Google and then writing it somewhere and ensuring that all the points are given to a student basis those distances. We have automated this entire process now. On a click of a button, the school administrator can know that for all those 2000 applications, what is the score of distance, how they are in terms of distance from the school, whether they are within 4 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 1 kilometer, or even 100 meters. So all that has been done on a click of a button. So schools are loving the way we are automating this to support their resources so that they can do better job of managing the queries of the parents or supporting the parents in terms of guiding them how to fill up the form and all that, rather than occupying themselves into calculating the distance.
I think that's a it was a very nice example, that you just brought out, like a simple fact about how a school administrator or somebody in the school faculty, they would have to at least see. And this is a the distance of the school and the child's home is something that is a record that is utilized year on. It is not something that is just relevant during the admission process. So I think to have that record available on a safe and secure platform and in such an easy manner, so definitely I'm sure no wonder why you're getting such great feedbacks from the school. We have a follow-up question from Dr. Yogita Sarwal, who is curious to know how have you been exploring UniApply for higher educational institutes?
No, UniApply is solely a K-12 product. We are focusing only on schools through UniApply.
All right. Is there any specific reason for that, sir? Considering that no paper forms actually works with a lot of universities.
Yeah, so NoPaperForm is already working with 400 plus universities, and they have their products. We have our products to support universities.
Hmm.
UniApply is a product solely coined for K-12 segment, and we will be committed to K-12 segment through UniApply.
All right. So I think that is quite good that the focus is quite clear. You have a dedicated team and you have a dedicated product for both the sectors, ensuring that the quality of the service and the quality of your delivery is uniform and it is quite focused and concentrated on both ends. So I think that I do understand why you would like that. Shalini Mehta is also asking a question which says schools with the commercial tag attached to them are unapproachable in normal channels and their primary criteria for admissions are money, status, and influence. How does UniApply solve this problem?
See, everyone needs a parent and a child. From a school's point of view, if you look at it, they need child to be admitted into school. And if you look at it more from a UniApply's point of view, in last 3 months, we have got 78,000 parents only in Delhi NCR who have come and registered on UniApply as a platform and who are looking for admissions for their child in various schools in Delhi NCR. So imagine the power of parents on our platform. If you look at it, top schools, you will have definitely a following and you will get applications through, let's say, 4, 5, 6,000 parents will be looking at you, going on your portal, visiting on your Insta handles or Facebook or through word of mouth. Imagine for a top school getting 80,000 parents solely in 3 months, eyeballing their school on UniApply platform is a humongous win for them. They will never be able to get a 80,000 parents view for their school with whatever spending they are doing on digital marketing. So we have the parents, and I'm very sure that the parents will be able to support and ensure that parents will get the benefit of convenience, of connection, as well as of confidence through UniApply platform while selecting schools.
Thank you so much, sir. I think that was very well answered. We do have time to take on some more questions if any one of you would like to present. All right, so we have Pankaj Jain who is asking, is Right to Education Act is Right to Education Act is to stop commercialization of school? Is that the case, sir?
Yeah, that's completely right. In terms of RTE says that you cannot commercialize school, and we are not trying to
Correct.
commercialize schools here. We are offering a platform which is convenient for parents. As I was sharing with you the normal journey of a parent, when we did our survey, that what are the pain points in K-12 segment, from a parent's point of view, heard from parents that they have to take leave from offices, go and stand in the queue in schools, and actually fill up the form and all that and submit documents. Some of the parents even said that same information we have to submit it for more than 10, 15 times, because if we are selecting 10, 15 schools where we would like our child to apply, then we have to go through the same process again and again and again. It's a waste of time, energy, and effort for a parent. So we are not trying here to commercialize schools. We are just trying here to support parents and give them convenience.
Correct. If I can understand something from your session, towards the end also you were saying, how you presented the slide also that there's actually no sign up fee for the school. Is that correct, right? So, which means as many schools as possible is the whole idea of UniApply, to present the parents with a bouquet of schools rather than, take out one single rose in the garden and actually have them choose. Because a lot of time what happens is, schools obviously fairly enough some schools may advertise because of certain resources, right? But UniApply actually brings together all the schools available who have signed up with them at an equal platform.
Namrata, you make a very valid point, and I have to just share some numbers which are very staggering numbers.
Sure, sir.
COVID happened, and starting April 2020, all schools across the world went online, including schools in India. Whether there was a provision or not, everything started happening online through digital means, especially teaching. If you look at it more from that point of view, can you imagine? that teachers and schools could convert immediately from an offline teaching to an online teaching in a span of less than 15 days. But 40% of the schools in Delhi NCR don't have a website. They are teaching online, but they don't have a website. How will a parent know that there is a school which exists in my locality if they are searching it online? Nothing online, no presence. Platform like UniApply is actually helping schools in that regard to ensure that parents can actually come and see that there are this many schools which are available in my locality on a basis of filter, and they can actually do a search to say that within 5 kilometer radius of my house, how many schools are there, what kind of fees are there, what is the teacher and student ratio. So we are trying to give more and more power to parents as well as schools to ensure that there is a matchmaking which will happen, that a school will get a parent and a kid of their choice on a click of a button.
Thank you, sir. I think that's a very, very valid case, I would say, that you brought out, and it happened right in our home country. And that too, if you, like you said, it happened in a school, happened in a megapolis, if I could put it like I mean, Delhi NCR, yes, everybody know that, yes, you'll find so many schools over there, and still it happens. So naturally, especially in a digital world, like I said, modern problems require modern solutions. I think when it comes to school visibility, UniApply could is probably the solution that would help us across all over India. And I really, really hope, sir, that you grow big and you spread across India very soon, because like I said, you presented a case of Delhi NCR, which is, like I said, a very well known area with so many options. But then, we are talking about so many locations which are quite distant, which are quite far off, which really, really would benefit from this. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today for your session and helping us understand what UniApply is and why it is a requirement, I would say, from now on across all over India and probably the globe as well. Thank you so much for presenting that to us.
Thank you, Namrata, and thank you, FSL, for giving me this opportunity. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you, audience, for engaging in today's session. I'm sure you all benefited a lot today. We'll see you again tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It has definitely been an engaging session for all of us. So have a great evening, and we'll meet again tomorrow.
Thank you, Namrata. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.